Hey, I'm Zach King, and I'm here in Bradford, England, visiting the recently renovated and newly opened Millside Centre. Now, Bradford is what's known as a city of refuge, and so that means when refugees come into the country, this is one of the cities that accepts them and helps them with a variety of different things. And that is one of the many things that the Millside Centre aims to help with. Among other things, they want to help with people who struggle with mental disability, as well as people in poverty and homelessness. So let's go check it out. I'm here with Catherine Parker Littler, who has been the fundraising manager for the Millside Centre. Now, Catherine, a few years ago, you went downstairs, you looked around everything, and it was just kind of a mess and shambles, right? Now, the Lord spoke to you and gave you a vision of what He wanted it to become. Tell me about that. What did you see?
Yeah, you're right. When I went downstairs, it was just a complete shell, just full of rubble and stones and bricks falling down and holes in walls. And I just kind of opened my heart up to the Lord and just asked Him, well, first of all, am I meant to be in this, but also what's the vision? This space needs to be a safe space for our local diverse community of all faiths or no faiths, coming into the heart of Jesus, experiencing the love, the warmth, the acceptance, the unity, the friendships that were to happen in such a centre. And just got it in that moment really. So a community space with links to the local community, moving in and out of the centre and coming into friendships with Reach Beyond and the centre.
I'm here with Paul Lawrence, who is the Millside Centre manager.
The vision of this was to make people feel at home. So the centre manager's role is to make sure that that vision and that ethos comes across of making people at home, making people welcome, and that's what I do. But it goes a bit deeper than that. We negotiate contracts with local partners, working with referral systems to get people in and onto more courses. As I said earlier, when you asked me about the job, we take a holistic view of everything. So the centre manager's role is to make sure that people just don't come in and leave and we don't hear from them again, but to facilitate them meeting up with other networks, other organisations, to make sure that people are looked after throughout the process.
So what are some of the things that will be taking place and happening here in the centre?
Okay, it's a wide range of things that will be taking place. We've been very careful to create the centre not to just focus on one individual group or type of person. So we're quite wide ranging. We have the Red Cross, which many people have heard about, coming in to work with refugees. This is refugees in various states, whether they've been welcomed into the country, whether they've been rejected from the country, or whether they've been granted the asylum. We're dealing with all three areas of those. We then go further, we're dealing with parents and children that come in and need some time out. We've got a counselling room, a great counselling room, and I encourage people to just have a look at that counselling room. It's been awesome, where people can spend some time. A lot of people are going through trauma situations in their lives where they need some time out, so we offer that time as well. And further to that, we have where we have jobs clubs, helping people get back into work, helping people with addictions that are trying to get over these addictions by coming together and talking about it. Programs like this. We're going to be starting up a men's group as well. I'm particularly looking forward to that because there's a cooked breakfast involved somewhere along the line, so that's got to happen.
Take your part of that.
Absolutely. And then there's English classes as well, because there's a lot of people who come into Bradford who have arrived here who don't have English as their first language, who are at home, they're quite lonely, and they need someone to talk to and also be equipped to go out and talk to people, and we facilitate that as well. So there's a whole gamut.
Hey, I'm here with Faraha Musanzi, who is the community outreach worker for the Millside Community Centre. So now, Faraha, what does it mean to be the community outreach worker?
Yeah, so being a community outreach worker means I go out and visit local people, that's from families to individuals, looking at some of the issues they might have, whether that being their health or well-being, housing issues, family problems, and kind of, looking for a job, unemployment, issues with mental health, and then I come in and see how I can support them by linking them with all the different services that we have on offer at the Millside Centre.
How do you identify people within the community that may be in need or can utilize some of the services that we have?
It's about having, seeing that familiar face, going back to them, booking appointments and seeing, can I just come and visit you and see how you're doing? And through those conversations, people start to share with you certain things about what they're struggling with that they wouldn't normally share. Then we do have had certain instances where I've gone into someone's home and instantly they're talking to me about their issues, and that actually speaks volumes about the isolation in the area that we live in Bradford. And so a part of my role, which I think is very critical, is that we're not expecting people to come to us, we're going to the people. We do that through door knocking, just starting conversations with people, and through that we're able to then build a relationship with people that we encounter, and through those relationships we identify certain things that they might be struggling with, also identify some of the potentials and things that they may not see as a potential that just needs to be tapped into, whether that's a skill that they have that they don't actually know how to utilize to better, improve their lives, as we use the term. So it's kind of being aware of those things and just keeping an eye out. But I think, yeah, like you said, it's very difficult to identify. So you might think someone is vulnerable, but actually it's just they're not. They feel fine. But actually, or you might come across someone who looks put together, who you may not even assume could be vulnerable, but actually might be dealing with internal issues, depression, anger, anxiety, as all of those kind of issues. So it's very difficult.
What would you say, you as well as everybody else working here within the center, what do you hope that the heart and mission of the Millside Centre is and will become?
I think the heart and mission is that people actually feel welcome, and that people are, we're all created to be so much more than what we are, and we're not given those opportunities. We're not given that opportunity to become all that we are meant to be. And what our heart and mission is to see people come here and in some ways not stay, but to go out there and to fly and to be something that they never dreamed they could be. And I think that's what I would like to see. I would like to see the broken, the people who really have had no opportunities or have really had damage in their lives in certain areas come in. We provide the facilities for them. We provide a home environment. We provide love, nurture, teaching, correction, whatever we can do, and see them go out there and become all they can be. And behind that, there's a message. of who we are and what we do, and a love, and they take that out. Already we've had people come in and say, there's something different about this place. I felt like I was coming to a family. And if we can portray that and get that across, they're carrying something out of us to other people.